30-day or whatever the time is. Anyway, the Nolans are not even in, they're just saying, look, we don't care what it is. We're saying mandatory unpaid administrative leave pending a positive outcome as an agency's investigation to the lethal death. So they're just saying, look, we need that. We don't care how you do it, we need that. The other thing that they say is agencies are no longer allowed to investigate themselves. That becomes a conflict of interest. In fact, I have a problem personally as a voter when the police chief endorses the DA, and when the DAs are endorsing police chiefs, and when they're endorsing one another, the mayors endorse other people who come in, you begin to think to yourself, who's in whose back pocket? How do I trust you? And so there is a conflict of interest. It may be that we come up with law that says if you're in a certain position, you cannot endorse a person. Let the people be the one. After all, they're serving us. They're not serving you. And in terms of your title. So again, it may well be that we look at this, but this whole idea of investigating, and I think Reverend Harris, you can speak to this community having an issue in trying to get this auditing position that they had. I wonder if you want to talk about that here.
Yes, for 12 years we had advocated to have a independent police auditor. For 12 years we advocated when former Mayor Alan Autry was in office, and then when he went out of office, it was the Swearington lady we have now, and for the whole time of Mayor Autry, who supported the independent police auditor, went to the council and told them why we needed to have more accountability and trust with our police department from the voter standpoint, that we're not hiding anything. The entire Fresno City Council, not say the entire Fresno City Council, I believe 2 of them voted yes. It was always a 5-2 vote, because everyone who voted against the independent police auditor was being endorsed by Jackie Parks and the Fresno Police Association. So what people don't understand in this Mississippi town is that you're being used as political guinea pigs, because the police association, Mr. Jackie Parks over there, is the one who is controlling this plantation here in Fresno. So when we look at the political landscape here in Fresno, we have to understand, Dr. Kennedy, as you said, that the chief of police is hired by the city manager and the mayor. He reports to the city manager. And then you have the Sheriff Mims, who is then voted in by the voters. And then you have the district attorney, I believe the Lisa Smith Camp, or whatever her name is, she is voted in by the voters. But the chief of police of Fresno is hired by the mayor and the city manager. So then when election time comes, as you said, Dr. Kennedy, you have the chief of police will then put his name on her endorsement paper, right? But understand that if his police department has to be investigated by Lisa Smith Camp, Lisa, the district attorney lady, you have to understand that there's some favors that got to be, you got to act like you haven't seen anything here, because I endorsed you as the chief of police.
So how do you get around that for that to happen? Can that only go through them, or is that something that you can vote on as a community, or do we have to elect people that are going to endorse the independent police investigation?
Well, when we initially had the independent police auditor, Central California Justice Committee that I served on for many years, Ellie Bluestein, we went to San Jose, we went to Oregon, we got different models from different states and cities, and we compiled it, and we wrote up a nice proposal to hand to our city council. What we wanted that the independent police auditor would report to the city council, because that's who the voters vote for as their elected representative. But because it would have more power and more subpoena power, it was always voted down. Now, the only reason we have somewhat of an independent oversight auditor, if you want to call it that, is because we found 2 police officers up on Bullitt and Blackstone with a homeless man on his back, closed fists. They're beating him like they're in the WWF. Someone caught it on film. But that's when Ashley Swearington had just came in office. She wasn't even against the police auditor until that incident happened. Now, we still had the same proposal with teeth, right? That was for the people of the community. And then what happened was Jackie Parks got involved in it with the police association because they got heavy pockets. You know, if you want to run for office, you know, you need money, you need campaign money, you go to the police association. And so whatever Mr. Jackie Parks said, whatever he say, go. So they diluted the independent police auditor where it has really no power, no subpoena power, no anything to make sure that, you know, so basically what we have is the police goes and they do their investigation and then they hand it over to the independent police auditor. He looks at it and he gives his recommendation. That's not healthy community policing here in the 21st century. What we actually need is a civilian oversight of community people review board here in this city. But again, the person who's running for mayor right now that you may vote for, Henry Perea, he was one of the ones on the city council who always voted down the independent police auditor for the 12 years that he was on the city council. Now, he wants to run for mayor. He's in the back pocket of Jackie Parks and the police association. That's another topic, but I just want to expound on what was the independent police auditor and the years that we fought for it and who was for it and who was against it.
Thank you. We're going to be right back with just a short break right here on Our Perspective 103.3. This is just a little instrumental.